Hi there. A couple of weeks ago I wrote an article about the Art of Trailblazing, which basically is packing a bag and going off for an adventure without too much planning. I thought it'd be fun to make a video of it, so here I am. I'm going to have a day out. I don't know where quite, but I'm going to have a lot of fun and I'm going to tell you how I do it. As you can see, we've got our kit there ready to go. Some shoes, I do the distance t-shirt. I might be going a long way today, you never know. Water, money, because I'm going to have to look after myself, no aid stations, and some Mars bars, which I hope I don't need. Those are for emergency. So that's what we need. So now we've got the problem of fuel. The trouble is it's pretty early in the morning here. It's just after 6 AM. So I've only been up for about half an hour, and the last thing you really feel like doing is eating. But if I go for a long one today, I could easily end up using 3,000 plus calories. So I think I'm going to manage a little bit of toast, some nice honey, and maybe a banana, and then we'll go on to the serious stuff later. Here's the star of the show, young Mimi. Mimi, say hello. She won't be going with me today. We took her for a nice long walk yesterday. She's just seeing if there's any food around. So as you can see, it's a nice morning. I'm running about 45 minutes late, so I don't know how far I'm going to get, but no, all's good. I had to get some footage of this. This is the famous Lardas gate. If you can fit through this without opening the gate, you know you're in good shape. And this is why we do it. What a morning it is. I'm in the woods now, heading towards that elusive Thames path. I'm going to be able to find my bearings. This is very steep. I've run up this before, and I've also fallen flat on my arse on a tree root here, so a bit of concentration, Mr. Townsend. I think we're doing okay. So I'll catch up with you guys when I get to the Thames path. So guys, this is what we've been looking for. This is the River Thames, and where the Thames is, the Thames path is, and that's our thing that we're trying to find today, and we're going to be running along that. I don't know quite how far, but we'll see. This is actually Whitchurch Bridge, which they just spent a lot of money repairing it, and back there's Reading, where we've come from. We're only about 2.5–3 miles in now, so a long way to go, but it's a beautiful day, and this is why we do it. This is what trailblazing is all about. So catch you later. That, guys, is what we've been looking for, the elusive Thames Park sign. So now we've found that, we know we're in business. We can follow this along as far as we want. We know there's going to be civilization, water, and everything else that we need. If you're wondering why I'm out of breath, it's a very steep hill, Whitchurch Hill. So beautiful day. Let's keep going. Wow, they're not kidding, that is a steep slope. So I think we're going to take it pretty gently down here. Considering we're quite near the start of the run, it's early in the morning, a long way from civilization. Not that I'm wishing anything. The vultures are circling. Oh my God, this is steep. Killing Journey I ain't today. Let's see if we can get enough momentum up to get up the other side, because I suspect where you go down, you go up, as Confucius would say. Yeah. Have a little look there. Wow. In England's green and pleasant land indeed. Look at that. So you can see there, that's the River Thames. We're running along the bank of it, and we're actually in Oxfordshire now. We crossed over from Berkshire. Lovely path, and it's still a beautiful day. So we're going to keep going to Goring and Streatley, and then take a stock of where we are. That'll be about 7.5 miles, but everything looking good at the moment, and in about 10 minutes I reckon we're going to be right by that river. Yeah, we finally reached the Thames. So we're about 6 miles into our adventure, and as you can see, we're now on the banks of the Thames, and hopefully we'll be able to follow this for quite a while. Next stop is Goring, which is probably a mile or so from here, maybe a mile and a half, and then we'll be able to take stock and see where we're at, check if we got all our stuff together, find out what I left in the car, and decide what we're going to do next. So see you in a mile and a half. So we're running into little town of Goring now, which is half a sort of major stopping point. We'll make a few decisions what we're going to do next. It's all looking good. Some pretty amazing houses along here. I love that room there, which sort of hangs across the river. Must be fun. This is Tree Root City. I've fallen on my arse in most European countries, and indeed the Thames Path is no exception. So a bit of concentrating, and then we're going to catch up in Goring and see what we're going to do next on this trailblaze. So we've arrived in Goring now, Goring Strictly, and it's decision time. I can turn back here, go back to Pangbourne, run along the Thames for a bit. That'll be about 25k all in, but it's still quite nice. The body's feeling pretty good. Achilles is playing up, but that was there when I woke up, so nothing new there. So we're going to keep going, and I think we're going to run on there to Wallingford and see what happens when we get there. So catch you later. So now crossed over the river, and we're on the other side, and we're heading towards a village called Mulsford, which is a small village on the Thames. Managed to stock up in Goring with some water and some bits and bobs, so all's looking good. I noticed the weather's not as clever as it was an hour ago, but we'll bash on, see how we get on. And this is another reason why we trailblaze. You see some pretty amazing sights. You wouldn't know where this house would be. You'd think California, Barcelona. It's pretty Salvador Dali-ish, but in fact it's on the banks of the Thames in good old Oxfordshire. Anyway, better bash on. The weather is not looking good, but it's not raining yet, so that's good news. So catch you later. This is the other reason why we come out running. We meet people who we never know we're going to see. This is Nick Bolton, who I've met once before, and he's made me run a lot faster than I want to. Oh, sorry. So Nick, how's it going?
It's great. It was great to run with someone as well.
Yeah.
It makes the Easter miles up, doesn't it, when you run with
and Nick's a fellow trailblazer. He just gets out of his house and off he goes. And how much do you think you're going to do today, Nick? A sort of
well, so let's say I'm halfway right now, so I'll probably end up doing about 20.
Whoa, good man, good man. So we stopped in Wallingford now. This is a town on the Thames. We're about 14 miles, 15 miles in. So past the point of no return, I think what we'll do is we'll keep going for a while. I'm not even sure there is a railway station here. And if I run back, it's quite a way, so we'll just keep going, see what happens. It was really nice to meet Nick Bolton en route. I only met him once before, and he kept me pretty honest for about 7k. So I'm just stopped at Costa, and I'm just doing some refueling. So that's some tea and honey and basically any calories I can get on. So we'll catch you later. So we've reached Benson Lock here, so we're well past Wallingford now, heading towards, I'm not quite sure where, Abingdon I guess. We're going to cross back over the Thames, but this is a very nice, pretty place. Beautiful lock, quite a long bridge, and we'll run over the bridge now and see what we can see. Not too many people about, lots of fishermen. That's about it. So let's trot over here and see what happens. The river's flowing quite fast, as you can see. Quite nice to run on this. It'd be nice to get on the other bank for a change. So here we are, about 17 miles in. We're in a place called Shillingford, and we're heading towards Dorchester now. We haven't really seen very many people around, but the wind's getting up, and I'm not so sure we're going to get to the end of this without some rain, which will make it fun. But all going well at the moment. I've done a little body check, everything seems to be there. My Achilles is certainly there. So, I've got a sign. Yeah, these are quite easy to miss, so have to keep your wits about you, but we'll bash on, we're doing well. So about 22 miles in now, still feeling good, mind's good, aerobics good, legs good, Achilles interesting, but we're doing okay. The weather is still not raining, but it's pretty eminent, I think. So I know I'm in the right direction because I've got the Thames Path, which you can see. Some nice houses there. They're probably all bankers or politicians. So yeah, we're on the right direction. There's our sign that we've been keeping an eye open for. Trailblazers love maps and signs because they're normally pretty useless at getting directions, but we're heading the right way, so let's keep going. I think we're going to bash on to Oxford now, which is not quite what I had in mind. That's 35 miles from Reading, but yeah, why not? Let's do it. Good news, we've still got our sign, the Thames Path, so we're in somewhere called Long Whittington now, which I've never heard of, but we're heading the right way. Whoop! Nearly fell into the road, which would make everything a lot shorter. It's quite a narrow bridge this, but we're doing okay. So I'm not going to run along here, I'm going to walk. So I have got previous of falling flat on my arse. And I can see there, I think, is where we'll be going, along there. Just keeping the Thames in sight the whole way. But we'll see, hopefully there'll be a sign. I'm running low on water now, so about 24 miles in, so we're doing well. That's where we've come from. 24 miles up there, we'll be ready. That's where we're going, and I reckon maybe 15 miles to Oxford, something like that, so we're over halfway, so we're doing okay. It's not raining yet. I'm feeling great except for my Achilles, but I'll stop whining about that one day. But everything else is tickety-boo, so looking good. Slightly worried about the water, but we'll find a shop somewhere, we normally do, and I can see the sign for the Thames Path. Yippee! So all looking good, so we'll catch up later. So we've reached a seminal moment in any Trailblazers running history. We've reached the marathon mark, so 42.2, that's the marathon distance, I think, something like that. Pretty close to it, so that's 26 miles we've done. Feeling good. You can see that we've still got our lovely Thames there, so we know we're heading in the right direction. We're still heading on for Oxford. So about this sort of time, 25 miles in, that some interesting things start happening to your body. Basically everything is screaming for you to stop. Everything pretty much hurts, but this is when the mind takes over and you just keep going, and in fact everything we do from now on, we're into ultra territory, and some amazing things can happen, right? Around about the 30-mile mark, from my experience, if you can get some nice even terrain and get into a rhythm, you can actually get into this most wonderful sort of zen-like state where you just float above the ground. Nothing hurts, and you just feel fantastic. That, of course, doesn't always happen. Sometimes you really struggle, so you've got to just dig in. You've got to be careful about your decisions, because this is when you start making some daft decisions if you're not careful. But as I do that most of the time anyway, I should be all right there. So let's keep bashing on. 26 miles in. If we're going to go to Oxford, I reckon that's another 10 or so to go. Yeah, looking good. Well, we're over 30 miles in there and heading to Radley, which is the little town short of Oxford. So I'm just stopping here for a breather. Quite tired, but we're doing okay. My Achilles has sort of melted into the distance, because everything else hurts so much, so we're doing well. Look at that boathouse, eh? And, just to show it's still me, still here. But no, it's good, we're having fun. Not too far to go now. I reckon maybe 6 miles will see us to the end. So we'll see how we go. So 34 miles in now. I don't see the Dreaming Spars yet, but I know we're close to Oxford because I can hear the traffic. I reckon we may have 2 or 3 more miles to go. I'm pretty tired, but I'm still hanging in there. So 35 miles done, and maybe 2 or 3 to go. All looking good, everything working. So let's stick with it. That's the first time for Oxford we've seen.
Sorry?
So 2 miles to go.
2 miles to go. Is that where you're heading, Oxford?
Yeah, from Reading.
Oh, right.
The sun's come out to welcome me into Oxford, so this is fantastic. There's people, birds, boats, pylons. So that means that we're probably heading towards civilization. So been quite a day. I'm quite tired now, but still good spirits. I've still got a few more miles in me, which is probably just as well, because I imagine from the edge of the river into the centre of town, the railway station is going to be a bit of a slog, but we're doing well. Well, that's it, guys. 60k on the nail, so that's about 36 miles. I just arrived in Oxford, so 36 miles after setting out I got here.